Russo, and I teach at Shorecrest High School in Shoreline, which is just in Seattle. A couple of these guys had 6th graders back in the day. And tell me your first name.
Megan.
Megan. Yeah. I know Megan's dad and her parents. Megan's uncle, Uncle John. So this is kind of bizarre. Are you taped? Hi, John. First, let me just say, really, really great. I mean, obviously, Mr. Kim's been there now for a long time, 17, 18 years. Do we say that out loud? It's just gotten better every year, and it's always a real treat to hear his band play. And you guys are carrying on the torch of the Interlake music program. So well done. Really nice job. Really musical playing, really tasty unisons, ensemble balance blend, all that really beautiful stuff that we want to hear from anytime we go hear live music. We want to hear that, and you guys are really accomplishing that well. So you guys should feel really good about that. So I don't have a whole lot of nitpicky stuff to tell you. We'll hit on a couple things that we might explore. I'm interested to hear from you all some things that you thought went maybe better than you maybe had anticipated. Maybe what are some examples of things that went better for you?
Yeah. That entire last song.
Most. Okay.
We played at a concert before and I messed up so bad.
Okay. And so today was like redemption.
Yeah.
All right, cool. That's always a great feeling, huh? Yeah. What else?
We didn't mess up the soli that much.
That much?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, that's the qualifier, that much. Okay, the soli was cool. Everybody comes down front, plays from memory. That's always a nice touch. Anything else? Okay, now how about we shift gears? Now, what are some things maybe that we could have done that better?
Nice solo.
Okay, on Chelsea Bridge, yeah, we scuffled a little bit there at the top, and then you made a good recovery, right? You didn't lose your focus, you stayed with it, which is really commendable. Nice job. What else?
Could have been a little softer, I think.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Softer softs. I tell you what, the Interlake Band can be counted on every year to play some of the most beautiful soft music anywhere. Like, you're the man of the soft dynamic. You get that out of your too. It's really tasty. So if you can play even softer and more controlled, then kudos to you. That's impressive, because what you did out there was really nice. Okay, so let's just kind of run down the laundry list of things here. And maybe we'll play a little bit. Like I said, I don't have a whole lot of stuff to beat you up about because there's so many wonderful things going on. But let's just hit on a couple things. So When You're Smiling, on the Kubas chart, let's start there. Piano guy, what's your name? Nick. These are great fills. Really musical, really sensitive, pathetic, not over the top, choppy or anything like that, but they fit the mood of the tune really well. So nice job. Really good. At the top, the muted stuff, really pretty. The first couple of entrances, to me, seemed a little foggy. Like the definition, the left side of the note, seemed to me not quite as focused. And then as we got to the next further end, we got to about 6, 8 bars in, and then we were golden. And then it was all good to go from there. So let's start the tune, and let's just make sure that from the get-go, that the clarity and the brass articulation on the beginnings of notes, that are exactly what you want them to be. Do you want to kick this off? Make sure you guys do a really fantastic job of just like the simple fundamental thing of breathe together, play together. All right, and you do that very well, so keep that up. Who has the lead voice? Who has the lead melodic voice in this whole first statement of the melody? Where's that coming from? It's coming from Megan, and who else?
Trey.
And Trey. Okay, so let's make sure, I hear it very distinctly here. I could use just a little bit more, right? Balance. So, can you hear Megan?
Not as much as I'd like.
Not as much, okay? You're not going to be able to hear him probably, okay? So he would like to hear just a little bit more on that unison. Here we go from the top. 1, 2, 1, 2. That little 10% more you're giving defines that a little bit better, right? Because it's unison. If you guys sat down and played that together, that might be something to do. That might be something to do. Okay, so that you're phrasing that, interpreting that the same way, and we get that nice balance right down the center of the band. Okay, good stuff. Cool. Lucas, are you Lucas?
Yeah.
Sean? Okay, cool. So, really nice job on the solo. I don't want to necessarily compare what you played to what Carlos played, because different instrument, different thing. But I think what you can capture more of or work towards more of in your solo is just the super relaxed, devil-may-care sort of attitude that he's got. Okay, he's done a lot of listening. Obviously, you've clearly done some listening too. You're doing a lot of great stuff. You've got good chops, you got a beautiful tone. It just feels stiff. And this whole tune is very, when you're smiling, the whole world smiles with you. Like, it's a very happy, chill out tune. And he's captured that mood very, the subtone and very, the space he's leaving. And so you might try to think about just loosening the feel a little bit. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, it just sounds very tight,
Yeah.
stiff. So just work for more relaxation. Okay? But both solos, really tasty, very nice stuff. The thing where you're kind of, they're leaving you a bunch of space to play that real laid back sort of thing, and then they kick it up a notch, right? That's definitely rehearsed, planned, right? Yes? Okay. Kinda? Okay. It felt that way. I don't know. At first I was like, oh wow, they're really, so I don't know. You guys tell me, is that kind of the plan for the direction of the solo?
It happened once, and I told him to do it again.
Okay, so that still was organic. Yeah. You went over this. So it was organic the first time, so that's cool. So that was nice. Just be careful. You guys are at a place in your playing and your listening skills where maybe he doesn't do it, or maybe he does it sooner or later. So you might experiment and mess with that, so it doesn't become too formulaic.
Yeah.
Okay, so something to think about. All right, cool. Saxes. I wrote, get it, saxes. Great unison solo. Here's where I lost the wonderful saxophone section sound. On the shout section, point that out to me. Yeah, there's all these great sax lines underneath the brass shout that, sitting where I was sitting, I couldn't really hear them coming out. And that's a real tough thing to balance acoustically, because the brass players are having to really go for it, because the lead trombone range and the lead trumpet range at that spot are not forgiving. Right? That is not for the faint of heart. So they have to go for it, which means the saxes, you really have to make sure you're not playing into the fronts, those sax fronts that they have out there. I bet you'll actually probably project better in here with regular music stands than you might have out there. So can we get into that spot? Is there a good place to do that? Because Mr. Kubas writes great sax stuff. We want to hear it.
You want to go into the first shout or the second? Maybe right here and getting into it.
It's, I think it's a G, really.
Yeah, G.
So if you want to get into G, or if we can just go right at G,
So we should do 8 before.
your call.
8 before?
Yeah.
Yeah, 8 before G. 1, 2, 8 before G. Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Chelsea Bridge, real quick. Was that the 5 or the 1? That was the 5? Okay, I talked too much. All right. Rashawn, yep, you know the deal on that. Just deep, full breath. Let it happen. Is it rangy?
Slightly.
Slight, kind of high, okay. All right, so let's just try the opening of that. Where's that melody in?
It's
Bar before A. You start. Yeah. Top. Hit me right here with your sound. Cool. Can you play that phrase? Yeah. You ever buzz it? You ever practice just buzz it on the mouthpiece?
I've tried. But
Try
usually
it.
doesn't
That's a
work.
good thing to do because really you don't play the trombone. Did you know that? You play the mouthpiece, and all that tubing just makes it pretty. Okay. So if you can sing it, especially if you can sing it in the same octave you're playing it in, use your falsetto. Don't be afraid. Maybe you do that in the bathroom when nobody's around. Okay? But right, Justin Timberlake made a lot of money singing falsetto, so don't be shy about that. All right? You be the next JT, okay? So if you can sing it, right, your mind will do the right thing. You want to think about it. If you can sing it and then buzz it, and then put it on the horn. Okay, really for all brass players, trumpet, whatever. If you can sing it, you're going to stand a much better chance of playing it because your brain will do the right thing for you. Okay, so just something to work on. Okay, cool. Doug the sax solo with clarinet lead. That was really cool. Awesome piano players. You have 2 really good piano players. What's up with that? Share the wealth, Mr. Kim.
Okay.
You're hoarding the piano players. Moonlight at Moe's. We're gonna run out of time here. Again, more of Nate on piano, which is cool. And another trombone. You have this embarrassment of riches in the trombone section as well. That's fantastic. Trombones. The first, I don't know if it was the first, it was like the first half of the opening phrase, the melodic thing. I wasn't getting enough lead trombone in the main melody, but then after we got about 5-6 bars, then it was fine. So maybe it was kind of like the beginning of the first tune, where it took us a little while to get going. Okay, so just be ready to just own it from the beginning. Okay? Because from there on out, it was really great stuff. Again, the ensemble clarity is spot on, really tasty. Great sax section sounds individually and as a section, which is really cool. It's nice when you come out and do the memorized thing. It's always impressive. It's kind of showy. But when you do that, you're really opening yourself up to exposure to error, right? So because now we can see your fingers, we can hear everything. There's no hiding behind the music stand. It's all out there for everybody to see and feel and hear. So you really, those double time licks, there are times where it's like, oh, we're not quite nailing those down.
You got it.
So, thank you. So, it's really good, but you all know that we've got one more step to take on the double time things, okay? So, individual accountability. The section thing is happening. The big picture, right? But it's not really quite a high def picture yet. It's like a really nice painting. We've got that next step to go of a nice Samsung 50-inch with a high def. All that other stuff I know nothing about except on off. All right, and then there was a moment where there's like this last big statement in the brass where I was like, there's the lead trumpet leading the way. And there was a really great lead trumpet moment there at the end, and I don't know, probably somewhere on the last page somewhere. The band could use a little bit more of those moments, okay? So don't be shy to let out your inner saint. Okay, your inner Interlake saint, and right, and be a lead trumpet player. So it's super in tune, it's super balanced, it's beautiful tone. Just every now and then, I'd like to feel and hear like, this is my band, and you all just playing it. Okay, own it.
Lead
okay.
trumpet attitude.
All right, yeah. You seem like a very quiet. You're very much unlike your Uncle John. You seem very, very mellow. Like, he was like, so maybe hang out with him a little bit more. All right. Guys, thank you. Really great. Keep it up. Look forward to hearing you again sometime soon.